Let's begin section 4 and talk about SQL queries. Let's begin with the simple select queries. A select will retrieve data from the database. The structure of a select query is the following. Let me explain the keywords one by one. We have the select. It's the keyword used for retrieving the data from the database. The distinct keyword is optional. It takes out the duplicates of the retrieved data. Then we want to specify the columns that we want to retrieve, and we can give each one of them an alias. This would be the name that will appear in the table that is returned. Then we have the from keyword. It specifies the table from which we want to retrieve data, and then the table name. The where keyword specifies the criteria that we want to apply on the data. So let's say if we want to retrieve the students with the age below 20, we will use a where condition where age is less than 20. Group by is a statement that specifies the columns on which we want to group the results. We will talk about this also in a later video about aggregate functions, when I'll explain when and how to use the group by statement. Having is also related to the aggregate functions. While we use the where clause for simple columns, we will use the having option for aggregated columns. And then the order by statement orders the results by the columns we specify. ASC for ascending, DESC for descending. Next, I will have an example just to show you how the select works. In this example, I want to retrieve the department and the sum of the salaries for each department. So I choose the department column from the employees table and calculate the sum of the salaries of all employees in that department. I give a new name to this calculation, total wages, in order to not have the function showing in the result. Then I specify the table from which we want to take the data, employees, and then the condition. We want to retrieve the data only from IT and HR departments. So I put here a condition that the department is one of the two, IT or HR. Then we group by department. That means that this sum will be calculated for each department. So in the result we will only have two records, one for IT and one for HR, with its sum of salaries. Having specifies a condition on the aggregated columns. In this case, the aggregated column is salary, where we calculate the sum, and the condition is that the sum must be greater than 100,000. Finally, we want to order the result by the sum of the salaries in descending order. That means that the result will show the department with the greatest sum of salaries first, and then the other one below it. We can also use another select statement as a filtering in a select. In this example, I selected the name and the salary of the employees, and I put a condition that the salary must be less than the minimum salary of the employees working in the programming field. So this select will return the minimum salary of any programmer in our database, and this main select will return all employees' name and salary of those who earn less than the worst paid programmer. As I said here, we already saw two operations on the select command. First, the selection, which filters the information in a line level. So this where statement filters the information on the line level, and then the projection which filters the information at a column level. The projection is this filtering, that we don't take every column from the employees table, but only the name and the salary. And the third operation is the join. We can use joins to create more complex queries, and we will talk about this in the next video.